Welcome back. Long-awaited reunions to vacations and weddings are all in chaos because of the Indigo mess. Flights across India cancelled, delayed, and plans completely thrown out of gear. The Indigo chaos continued with 500-odd flights delayed even as the DGCA rolled back that duty time limitation norms it enforced that Indigo blamed for the chaos. The DGCA has come down heavily on Indigo, slamming the deficiencies in operational preparedness and forming a 4-member panel to probe the entire chaos. The government, apart from putting in abeyance those norms, has ordered a high-level inquiry. The Indigo CEO also broke his silence and issued an apology and admitted to flyers that he failed. Listen in to the Civil Aviation Minister and the Indigo CEO first.
From December 3rd, since when the Indigo has been facing major operational issues and because of which there have been a lot of delays and cancellations, the Ministry of Civil Aviation has been actively on the ground engaging with all the necessary stakeholders for two things. One, for passenger care, comfort and convenience. We want to reduce all the inconvenience that the passengers are facing at the airports. And two, we want to ensure safe operations in the country also. This two priority, the ministry has been thoroughly engaging from day one. We have told them to take all the necessary steps to ensure normalcy within the next 2 days. We have went into the mode. We have instructed the Indigo to cancel major operations so that the inconvenience at the airports and the congestion that is happening because of these delays is reduced.
I want to share with you that we have experienced severe operational disruptions for the past few days. Since then, the crisis continued to aggravate, with today, December 5th, being the most severely impacted day, with the number of cancellations well over 1,000, or more than half of our number of daily flights. I, on behalf of all of us at Indigo, would like to extend our sincerest apologies. Messages have been sent on social media, and just now a more detailed communication with information on refunds, cancellations, and other customer support measures was sent. Also, we have stepped up our call center capacity. Secondly, due to yesterday's situation, we had customers stranded mostly at the nation's largest airports. Our focus was for all of them to be able to travel today itself, which will be achieved. For this, we also ask customers whose flights are cancelled not to come to airports, as notifications
But
are
no
sent.
apology, no explanation is going to undo the damage that thousands of passengers faced across the India. Airports were in chaos, travel plans thrown out of gear, weddings had to be attended online, and several reunions cancelled. Listen in to the chaos captured by our reporters in the south of India.
Last 3 days, people flying Indigo in particular have been facing inordinate delays or cancellations. The scene is no different today. You can see here as the board that shows the departure, especially on Indigo Airlines, shows multiple flights that have either been delayed or cancelled. You have a young child with you.
Yeah.
Tell me the status of your flight right now.
Actually, my flight was for today 5 p.m. Yesterday when I web checked-in, then I saw the flight was for 6th. It got postponed. Then I called them at night. I asked them to give me a flight for today itself. Now at that counter they are saying a flight is cancelled. And here also I cannot see my flight.
You're with a young baby. How hard has it been?
Of course, we have plenty of luggage with us, and even my mother is travelling with me.
Yesterday was my flight to Goa. 8:40 was my time to board the flight. I think I was here till 4 in the morning. They kept delaying the flight, saying, wait one more hour. And later, they could not track my check-in luggage. And that, I think maybe another couple of hours, they made us wait over here. Restrooms were dirty and then access to food, all that was a challenge. People are sleeping on the floor. Older people and children, everybody was struggling, and very few ground staff, and they were clueless as in what is happening.
Flight got cancelled and it again, now it has got cancelled. They are not letting us inside. So we are just standing here in the airport. We have a child of 2 years old and it becomes difficult. At least they could have informed us some few hours before.
My name is Sam Sandos. I am also a 3-year national medalist and today I had an event. Because of the flight delay, they postponed it for me and they held it for tomorrow.
We have got a business trip. We have got a business trip to Chennai, to Apollo Hospital. So we have got cancelled because our business trip, our meeting appointment was at 12 o'clock in Chennai. So a lot of people were waiting for us and we have got cancelled at 3.
Well, the plight of passengers across airports in the country cannot be told in words. Joining us this evening is Captain Sam Thomas, President of the Airline Pilots Association of India. Thanks very much, Sam Thomas, for joining us. Tell us, is there more than what meets the eye as far as this chaos is concerned? The chaos unfolds and the DGCA rolls back that rostering norms that it had put out. Where does this leave the pilots?
Absolutely. I mean, more than it meets the eye, it's something that is very familiar with the pilot community and absolutely to the levels of shamefulness that it's deteriorated right now. And on the 24th of November, we had a meeting at DGCA with the DGCA and there were Indigo officials as well. And we had very specifically said that there is going to be some kind of, tantrum from the airlines, if I can put it that way, because this has been the norm. It's been going on for years. The moment something is not to your liking, you immediately disrupt schedules and, like kids throw up tantrums and go back to DGCA, who's ever willing to bend backwards to support this criminal act. And that is exactly what has happened. Unfortunately, it's gone out of hand because from the information that we have, there was an engineered attempt to delay a few flights. Unfortunately, the Pune Airports Authority of India and the systems also went down simultaneously, and that led to a cascading effect. And for all practical purpose, a small little kind of mischief that was to be played turned out to be a large, very huge inconvenience for everybody.
You're making a very, very sinister allegation, Captain Thomas. Tell us, in terms of the rostering, and for those who don't understand this very, very well, what were the norms? Why did it lead to the chaos? And what does this rollback mean? Does this mean from a passenger point of view that from tomorrow or day after onwards, flights will be back on track?
If the argument is that the rostering was the cause of this problem, then it should be back by tomorrow morning. So the very fact that people have been told, and particularly through the media, that a new set of rostering rules have come in which is causing this problem, nothing can be farther from the truth. Firstly, the Honorable Minister for Civil Aviation on the floor of the Parliament 2 months ago said categorically that we have no shortage of pilots. Now, how is it that in the next 2 months you suddenly found that you don't even have pilots to operate your regular schedule? On top of that, if you claim that you do not have pilots, how come you added 400 to 600 more flights for your winter schedule? Who are going to fly that? Were they going to be flown by passengers? So this is a blatant lie, and good that the minister has ordered a high-level inquiry. And let's see what comes out of that. And we've been flying in the Indian airspace for the last 31 years. So you better come out with some excuse that at least we may consider. But this is utter nonsense. And the very fact that people are going around saying that the FDTL rules are the ones that cause this kind of chaos is absolutely baseless.
Okay, you're saying that it's baseless. Joining us is also Dr. Vandana Singh, I believe, aviation expert, chairperson of the Aviation Cargo Federation of Aviation Industry in India. Thanks very much, Vandana Singh, for joining us here. What's your sense? Sam Thomas just saying that this is not merely about rostering. The DGCA has rolled back because of the kind of chaos that had ensued in airports. What's your sense? And also from a passenger point of view, as this plays out behind the scenes, what do we expect?
Thank you for having me on your show. Good evening. Firstly, that the meltdown happened. On day 2 itself, we were talking about it and we were saying that this is not going to clear out in the whole of the week. Fairly and squarely, it's Indigo to blame. They were very much aware. That flights are increasing. Winter schedule is set in on 26th of October this year. Then why this chaos at this time? Why were there not sufficient pilots that were hired? Why is it that the pilots were not hired? And why is it that they had a freeze on hiring of pilots? So obviously, they were trying to arm twist the government to taking more extension to just go with the lean, mean, thin strategy, least realizing that it is going to become very difficult for the pilots. It's going to become very difficult for the passengers, and that too in a holiday season. Also, don't forget how much of that head crew is flying on each and every Indigo flight that you see. That clearly shows the kind of shortage of pilots that is there. And I would blame them fairly and squarely for this, and they have to come up with explanations. I just saw the CEO's apologies. I would say it's too little, too late, and at the cost of what? It's like a highway robbery. A ticket from Bengaluru to Delhi right now at 8 p.m. is 68,000. I'm also on the way back from the airport. This is horrendous. So just to let you know.
Okay, it's horrendous. You say very, very briefly, Dr. Sam Thomas, what can be done to ensure that a situation like this doesn't happen again from a passenger point of view? I trust a pilot.
Firstly, from the passenger point of view, my sympathies go not just with the passengers, also with the ground staff. What we at Airline Pilots Association of India have been asking for is heads to roll. There should be arrest of the accountable manager, and an example has to be set that if you do these kind of criminal acts, you should pay for it, not roll back and get everything. See, now what is happening is a knee-jerk reaction to get back normalcy into the passenger comfort. Now, if you had claimed that pilot shortage is the issue, now that, or the FDTL was the new FDTL was the issue, now that you have rolled back everything, in the next 1 hour you should have normalcy, which you cannot. You are claiming through an apology of an apology.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Sam Thomas, but I think you and Vandana have both made your points very clear. You're saying there needs to be criminal action against those who are responsible for the mess that's there. And Vandana, you're saying Indigo apologizing is too little, too late. Thanks very much to all of you for joining us here on The Southern View. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for on the show this evening. News and updates continue right here on NDTV.